Hi, and welcome back to NTV. I'm sitting here with Miss Cheryl Wills, and we're talking about her new book, Die Free. So, Miss Wills, I noticed that in your book, you talk a lot about your father and his experiences. Talk to us about that. How was it when he died? How did it make you feel?
I was 13 years old, living in New York City, Queens, and my father had become reckless with life. He was a distinguished paratrooper. He was a decorated New York City fireman, worked right in Manhattan, had a wife and 5 children. I was the oldest. And he went through a midlife crisis that you wouldn't believe. And he joined this is a man who was a church deacon, a mason, walked the straight and narrow. When he turned about 30, he said, "Why do I bother?"
Wow.
And it was so hurtful to me to watch his undoing, his unraveling. It broke my heart. It broke our entire family's heart. And he kept working, he kept providing, you know, we lived well, but it was sad to see that he was no longer being a responsible father. And then it culminated with him joining a motorcycle gang. In addition to being a fireman, in addition to all the wonderful things he was still doing, he just had his little midnight, when the sun goes down and people do things they're not supposed to do. Well, he started doing that, and then he was killed on the Williamsburg Bridge in a motorcycle accident on September 4th, 1980. And I was the oldest, 13. I had an autistic brother who was 12, a sister who was 8, and twins who were 6. And you imagine seeing 5 little kids looking at their dead father with their now widow mother on that day, and it was awful.
Wow.
And it colored my entire life from then on, because I started to say, oh my God, how did something like this happen? You know, this man was a church deacon and dedicated, and why did he just throw it away? And that's part of the reason why I started researching the book, because the hole that his death left in my heart. I've made mistakes. Thank God I've lived to see another day to correct them. But I think the tragedy with my father and grandfather is the clock ran out.
Wow.
And they didn't get, and that's for so many. It's a universal pain when you don't have that opportunity to fix a mess you've made. And so that's what Die Free is about, and how they would have benefited from knowing about Sandy's heroic service in the military and during the Civil War. They didn't know. Nobody knew anything about Sandy.
So was your mom shocked when she found out this information?
Everyone was shocked.
Wow.
Everyone. No one just went, oh, really? Okay. I mean, it was a jaw-dropping, heart-stopping moment when I learned of Sandy and Emma.
So I would like to go more into your grandfather. You said he was heavily involved in the church, and he had his own separate life away from the church.
He was a hypocrite.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to get at. So
yeah, he was a hypocrite.
You would consider him that, even though...
Well, that's what he was. When you do one thing in the pulpit and do something else in the street, that's contradictory to what you know is the truth according to the Bible, then you are a hypocrite. And not judging him, but just stating it plainly. I didn't want to sugarcoat anything. I didn't want to make excuses. I just wanted to state it for what it was. I loved him. So and I was very sad when he died in '97. But he was a man who had his own demons as an alcoholic, and he tried to, preach his way whole, but he couldn't.
And he had a lot of different types of teachings.
Exactly.
Because I noticed in your book you also talked about how he tried to teach that it wasn't correct to go to the hospital because it was against Jesus.
Right.
Were any of those things really outrageous to you?
Yes, and I witnessed it as a child, and I thought it was very sad because of the doctrine he embraced. There's a sect in Christianity where they feel they're faith believers. And I don't have any criticism of them. I just regret that it cost so many of them their lives. This sect doesn't believe in going to the doctor because they believe Jesus will heal their body. They don't believe in women having a position in the church of authority because they believe that women should be silent. And that's fine. I'm in no position to criticize them, but I could see how it hurt them in so many ways.
And how was your grandmother okay with this?
She drank it wholly. She drank the Kool-Aid.
Wow.
And you know, what works for people, what can you say? It worked, or at least they thought it worked for them. But of course, my grandfather turned out, got cancer. He laid in the bed thinking Jesus would heal him. The cancer killed him right in the bed.
Wow.
My grandmother, same thing. She's dying right now. She refused to get medical care, and now she's dying. So it's been painful for me to watch them embrace a tenet of Christianity that was ideologically hurtful to them.
Yeah.
This is killing you. If you don't if you don't take care of your body, that is going to kill you.
Yeah.
But, you know, they have freedom of choice, and God let them have that freedom of choice. And if they have that freedom of choice, who am I to take it away? And who am I to even criticize it? Like I said, I regret that that's the choice they made, but I'm not ashamed of them, and I'm not ashamed of how they lived.
Wow.
I really am not.
Wow. All right, well, let's take a little bit of a break. I have a special presentation for my viewers out there, and I would like you guys to just take a look. Take a look at this.
Keep it shake like you're going mad. Show them you just get on bad. Show them you just get on bad. Just make that bumper drop on the gong, 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 drop on the gong. Stop, girl, just push it back and wind to the gong, wind to the gong.
Hey, this is Nicole Ashley, and you won't believe where I'm at right now. I'm in Port of Spain, Trinidad for the 2011 Carnival. Woo!
Stop, girl, just make that bumper go.
Nothing like the sound of sweet soca music, as thousands upon thousands of masqueraders gathered in the center of St. James, Port of Spain for this year's carnival festivities.
It's breathtaking. It's beautiful.
Carnival is a week-long island tradition. It starts off with a series of small parties called feds and consists of various competitions between soca artists and costume designers. All of the annual spectators always come out to party, but they never know that the carnival experience is not complete unless you have attended the headliner of the finale of the carnival celebration, an overnight till dusk party that is called Juve.
Today is the finale of the 2K11 Carnival in Trinidad. Now, all the festivities are happening right now, all the way over there. So we're going to get ready to go down there and see what's happening. But it also marks a sad period because many residents and visitors will have to return back to their normal ways of living after Carnival ends tomorrow. So it's been going on for a week now. We're about to go down there and check it out.
Most of the masqueraders were of the younger generation, but towards the end of the carnival, spectators got a chance to see the older crowd in action. They created their own performance by using traditional West Indian steel drums. As everybody watched them, I was introduced to Spencer Evans, one of the captains of the steel band, Desperados. He told me how important the steel bands are to this celebration.
The carnival is built up of different entities, like the calypso, and the carnival goes together. Without the calypso, you have no carnival, and without the costumes, there's no carnival. A steel band used to be one of the greatest steel band in Trinidad and Tobago, but now they take a step down. They are down now because of management and different things going on with the steel band. Men migrate different places, leave the constituency, don't play the pan anymore. This still has one of the best bands in the country. They toured throughout the world.
Carnival was definitely an experience like no other. I'm on my way back home right now, but if you'd like more information on this year's Carnival experience, you can go to www.carnivalinfo.com. Until next time, this is Nicole Ashley signing off.